Ravens fans, you can't miss what's coming next. The legendary Ed Reed has made a statement that will shake up the entire season. As one of the biggest names in the team's history, he spoke about the MVP race for 2025, and there's no doubt Lamar Jackson is the clear favorite. But is he really on track to win his third MVP trophy? What makes Lamar stand so far ahead in the race? And what else could happen in this race until the season ends? Stay with me until the end of this video, because we've got exclusive details and insights from someone who knows better than anyone what it means to be the best on the field. You won't want to miss this analysis and the answers to all these questions, right? Let's find out together what Ed Reed has to say and the impact it will have on the playoffs. Go Ravens! Ed Reed, a living legend of the Baltimore Ravens, didn't hold back when defending Lamar Jackson as the true MVP candidate for this season. In a recent interview with TMZ Sports, Reed emphatically stated that there's no question about who deserves the award. Lamar's had an MVP year, and there's no debating. For him, while Josh Allen has had an excellent season, nothing compares to what Jackson has done on the field. The former Ravens player, who won a Super Bowl and is in the Hall of Fame, is not afraid to put Jackson at the top of the race. What makes Reed's opinion even more relevant is the weight he carries when talking about big games and top-tier athletes. Reed knows what it's like to shine on the NFL's biggest stage, and for him, Lamar Jackson has been the most dominant player of the season. He doesn't just look at stats. For Reed, it's about Lamar's impact on the game, his ability to transform the team, and his consistency throughout the season. That's what makes Jackson deserving of the MVP, and there's no comparison to other candidates, even with big names like Allen. Reed also made an interesting comparison when talking about Allen's MVP bid, saying, "The only way Allen could catch up to Lamar is if someone takes Lamar down." This statement reinforces the idea that, for him, Lamar Jackson is playing at such a high level that nothing could stop him from winning. Reed's confidence reflects how many view Lamar's impact on the Ravens season. He believes the only way Allen could dethrone Jackson is due to an external mistake or an unexpected fall. But that hasn't happened yet, and it doesn't seem likely to happen. Now, with the season entering its decisive moments and the Ravens preparing for the playoffs, the pressure on Lamar Jackson is increasing. The upcoming game against the Buffalo Bills is set to be one of Jackson's biggest tests, and Reed couldn't be more excited. He called the matchup the Super Bowl itself, emphasizing how crucial this game is and the influence the MVP race will have on them. With all of Reed's confidence, it seems like the MVP trophy already has an owner, but what's coming next could make this certainty even stronger. Ed Reed didn't waste any time clarifying his position in the MVP race between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. He made a direct comparison between the two quarterback seasons, highlighting that while Allen has had a great year, he is still behind Jackson. Reed said, "The only way Allen can catch up to Lamar is if someone takes Lamar down." This is a clear way of stating that, for him, Jackson has been far superior, not just in stats, but in how he controls the game. For Reed, it's not just about the numbers. It's about the real impact Lamar has had on the Ravens throughout the season. The comparison goes beyond the numbers. Reed sees Jackson not just as a talented quarterback, but as the engine of the team. He points out how Lamar has transformed the Baltimore offense, being the center of everything the Ravens, both in the air and on the... Jackson has shown an impressive ability to dominate games, whether running or passing, which for Reed is what makes him a player of another level. This is something Allen hasn't yet managed to match, despite his solid season. Reed is by no means dismissing Allen. He acknowledges that the Bills' quarterback has also had a great year, but his opinion is that Jackson has been more decisive and has done more for his team. Reed's view on Lamar's season is that he's had an undisputed MVP year, and any attempt to dislodge him can only be seen as an effort to latch onto something that's already more than established. For Reed, Jackson remains unbeatable in every aspect, especially due to his consistency and exceptional performance throughout the season. This comparison between the two quarterbacks not only shows the growing rivalry, but also the excitement surrounding Lamar Jackson's impact, not only on the Ravens, but on the entire league. Now, with the big Ravens versus Bills game coming up, this MVP debate is going to gain even more relevance. And with such an important game ahead, will this race finally be decided, or will there still be more surprises? The MVP race has become the perfect backdrop for one of the most exciting matchups of the season, between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Ed Reed didn't hesitate to say this game could be considered the Super Bowl itself, a true classic putting the two quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, face-to-face in a battle that goes beyond stats. For Reed, what's at stake is not only the playoff spot, but also the right to be recognized as the best player of the season. And, of course, all eyes will be on how both quarterbacks perform in this high-level showdown. Reed, with his vast experience in high-stakes games, knows how crucial preparation and execution are in decisive moments. He sees the rivalry between Jackson and Allen as the center of attention for this game, and it's no wonder. Both players have had exceptional seasons, and this will be the moment to prove who's really on top. For Lamar, the chance to further solidify his MVP bid is right in front of him, and how he leads the Ravens will be essential not just for the win, but for reaffirming his position as the best player of the season. But of course, Allen and the Bills won't make things easy. After a significant wild-card win, the Buffalo team comes in with confidence, and Allen will be looking to show that his season deserves recognition too. The matchup between the two quarterbacks will be a clash of styles, with Jackson offering mobility and explosive passing, while Allen tries to use his strength and precision to take down the Ravens. It will undoubtedly be a showcase of skills and emotions, with fans of both teams having plenty to look forward. As the Ravens and Bills prepare for the showdown, the MVP debate only intensifies. This game is not just about who will win the divisional round. It's about who will shine and prove they are the most valuable player of the season. With so much at stake, will Jackson stand out once again, or will Allen surprise and steal the spotlight? Well, we've passed the halfway point in the video, but I noticed you haven't hit that like button yet. This is really important to help YouTube continue recommending my content to you, and that way I'll keep bringing you the best updates. So go ahead and leave that like. It's free, and it helps a lot. Thanks. Now let's keep going. When it comes to numbers, Lamar Jackson really stands out compared to Josh Allen. Jackson had an impressive season, completing 66.7% of his passes, totaling 4,172 yards, 41 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. Additionally, he shined with his rushing ability, accumulating 915 yards and 4 touchdowns. These numbers not only showcase Lamar's versatility, but also his ability to be a threat both in the air and on the ground. He is not just a quarterback. He is the center of every offensive play for the Ravens, and his ability to run the ball makes him a true nightmare for opposing defenses. On the other hand, Josh Allen also had an excellent season. He completed 63.6% of his passes, accumulating 3,731 yards and 28 touchdowns. While his stats are good, especially when it comes to his rushing, with 531 yards and 12 touchdowns, he still falls behind Jackson in terms of total production and impact. Allen had big moments, no doubt, but Jackson proved to be more consistent throughout the season and more capable of carrying his team when it mattered most. And that's something that can't be ignored in the MVP race. Jackson's performance isn't limited to just the numbers. His presence on the field completely changes the Ravens' game, forcing the opposing defense to worry about him both in the pass and the run. His ability to improvise and shift the dynamics of the game is something that puts Jackson on a different level compared to other quarterbacks like Allen. The combination of his athletic skills and game-reading ability makes him one of the most complete players in the league. With the MVP award at stake, all of these numbers and abilities will be evaluated even more closely. The showdown between Jackson and Allen in the playoffs promises to highlight who is truly the best quarterback of the season. Will Jackson's statistics be enough to secure his third MVP, or will Allen have the chance to surprise and win the award with a standout performance in the next game? With 2 previous MVP victories, Lamar Jackson is in a unique position to claim his 3rd title this season. Ed Reed has no doubt that Jackson is on the right path to achieve this. For Reed, it's not just about the numbers. It's about Jackson's overall impact on the Ravens and the league as a whole. Jackson has shown that he is more than just a quarterback. He is the leader of a team that can make a difference in any game. And with the season he's had, Reed believes the 3rd MVP is more than guaranteed for Lamar. Reed's confidence in Jackson is evident, and rightfully so. The Ravens quarterback has already shown his ability to lead the team to the most important victories, being the engine behind an unstoppable. His stats and playing style make him a threat at all times, and that's something opponents cannot ignore. For Reed, Lamar has already done enough to deserve another MVP, and he's eager to see how the season unfolds, especially with the playoffs in sight. With the MVP award within reach, Jackson's performance in the playoffs could be what seals his candidacy. Reed believes Lamar has everything it takes to shine once again, and that could be what places Jackson definitively at the top, not only as the best player of the season, but as one of the greatest in Ravens history. The pressure on him is mounting, but for Reed, Lamar seems more than ready to take on this challenge. As the season moves into its final stage, the MVP race intensifies. And with a third MVP on the horizon, Jackson has a unique opportunity to further cement his legacy in NFL history. Will he claim the victory and once again solidify himself as the best player of the season? Or will the surprises to come change this story? Ed Reed made it clear that Lamar Jackson deserves the 2025 MVP, highlighting the Ravens QB's impressive season and leaving Josh Allen. Reed's comparison between the two players only strengthens Lamar's importance at this moment, both on the field and in the MVP discussions. With Lamar's help, the Ravens have shown strength throughout the season, and it seems like he could secure his third MVP trophy. Will he really take the award home once again? Now, I want to know from you, do you also think Lamar is the NFL MVP, or is there still something else that could happen in this? Share your opinion below, and if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on everything going on with the Ravens and in the world of the NFL.